Hello everyone, welcome to another video of the session Python programming. In this video, we are going to discuss about the file handling in Python. So the major advantage of this topic is that whatever we have discussed till now, we were declaring the variables, we were doing some sort of operations on those variables by using different data types, the different values we are assigning to them. Then we have discussed the conditional statements, loops, as well as functions we have discussed till now. So now the file handling, that why this is the major concept, because if you want to store the data permanently on the disk, because till now we have discussed that how we are going to store the data in the variables, so that part is the runtime. So how to store the data permanently on the disk, for that we are going to discuss about file handling. So in file handling, mainly we are going to discuss about two types of file. First one is the text files, and the second one, which we can say, that is the binary file. Like if we are going to discuss about storing the data in terms of photos, videos, audios, and in binary files, that is a readable format if you want to save. As well as we are dealing with the CSV files, JSON files, all other types of format also. So first of all, we are going to discuss that how we are going to write in the file, how we can access the file. So some sort of methods which are related to the file handling in Python, we are going to discuss it today. So let's start. First we will connect this notebook. Then now let's change the file name, that is file handling. Let's write the main heading, file handling in Python. So in file handling, first of all, let's discuss some operations, or first of all, let me tell you the syntax of to opening a file. That is, now let's consider this is the variable I'm choosing here, that is file open. Then here we are going to mention the file name, then comma, then mode. Single or double quote, it's up to you, you can use it. So this one is the syntax of opening a file in Python. So now we are going to discuss the types of mode in Python. Types of modes in Python. So now the very first one, that for reading purpose we are going to use that R. For writing purpose we are going to use here W. Then for append purpose, if you want to append a file in another file. Then fourth, if you want to create a file, then we are going to use X. So, and if you want to read the binary file, then same, but now this time we are going to use RB. Sixth, for writing in binary file, we are going to use W and B, WB. And the last one, like for both writing, write and reading, write and read, we are going to use WB. So these are some methods. So these are the modes which we are going to use during the file handling. So basically this is a syntax. Like if I want to open a file, particular file in the Python, so my syntax will be like this. First I will declare any variable, then open. What you want to open? We want to open whatever file which you want to open. You are going to write the name there. Then in which mode you want to open. So if you are going to choose the mode here R, then it means you want to just access the data. If you are going to use W here, then it means you want to do some modification in that file. A, which means if you want to add more content, another file. Appending, if you are. Then X for creating a new file. Then read binary, which means for reading the binary file. WB, which means for writing the binary file. And when you are using WB, which means for reading and as well as writing also. I guess here this one will come. That is R and addition, which means write plus read. WB is for the writing the binary file. So this is the syntax and these are the modes in Python. So I hope everything is clear. So for now, let's start discussing from the very basic part. So the very first program that which we are going to discuss is write a program in which we are going to use the writing mode. For writing, we are going to use the W, or let's just write a program for writing in file. Let's choose the variable here, that is file. As we have discussed, we will open the file. In open, now we will use demo.txt. Then mode will be W. Now what we want to do, we want to write in this file W dot file dot write. Then what you want to write is welcome to my class everyone. Few more lines if you want to write. So again we are going to use this write. Then we will write file handling in Python. Now let's write few more lines. Python programming. Now for closing the file, we are going to use this file dot close. Now if you want to print some message, then you can print here. Data is written successfully in file. So now let's run this. So the message will be that data is written successfully in file. So now we will check if that data is written in the file or not. Like, which means now this is a program which we have discussed for writing the data in file. As we have discussed, this is the syntax. Open, then file name, and then mention the mode. Whatever the operation which you want to perform on that file, mention in the mode. We wanted to write the data in file, so we mention W here. Then whatever the data which we wanted to write, you have to mention inside the double quotes or the single quotes by using file dot write function. Then after writing part will be completed, then we will close the file. And after that, this statement is optional for you. If you want to write, then it's okay. Otherwise there is no such particular need of this line. So now let's read the line that what we have written here. Write a program to read the file. So for reading the file, the mode will be R. Again, let's use the same variable file open. Now the file name which we are going to mention, that is demo.txt, then comma, then inverted commas we are going to write use R for reading purpose. Then now let's use this as a variable, that content, then file, then dot read. Last time we wanted to write, so we were using write. Now I want to read the file, so I'm using this read function. Now I will print this content here, and after reading we will close the file dot close. So now as you can see, we are having this, that the welcome to my class everyone, find handling in Python and Python programming. If you wanted to display in different lines, so you are supposed to use here n, which we have already discussed. This slash n is used to display in the next new line. So now as you can see, welcome to my class everyone, file handling in Python and Python programming, which means temporarily which means we have created this file, that, and this file is demo.txt. And in this file, first we have written the data, we have entered the data, and now we have now this is how we have accessed the data line by line. So by using the for loop, if you want to access the data, like write a program to read line by line. So for now, as you can see, we are going to use the variable here, that is the same file open demo.txt r, same. The only thing which will change, that is here we were using the read, now we are going to use the read line. So now it will give us the result, that welcome to my class. Again, if we are going to check, then it will give the another line. So this is how, or as well as we can read line by line, write a program to read line by line using for loop, because whenever we have to iterate anything in the Python program, we are using the for loop here. So as you can see, file open demo.txt r for line in file, and then print line, which means one by one all lines will display. So as you can see, welcome to my class everyone, then file handling in Python, then Python programming. So by using the line by line also, and by using this function also, we can read the line by line in a text file. Now as in the read line, if you want to access one more line, then again you can write here, that is content file dot read line. Now the second line, that is file handling in Python. Now one more time if you will write, then it will give you the another line, read line. Now that is the Python programming. But if instead of this, if you are going to use, let me write here another program, that is read line. But if you wanted to access, let's copy and paste here. Now there is a difference between read line and read lines. Now delete this one, complete, and now let's use S here. So now as you can see, this will display the data in complete one line, that welcome to class everyone, this slash n, which means this will display in the next new line. Then file handling in the Python, this then slash n, which means this will again it will display in another line, and this Python programming also. By using the for loop, if you want to access one by one, So you can use a for loop also. Now let's discuss the another mode, that is append mode, that write a program of append mode. So for using append mode, we are going to use a same write file. So now if you want to give a message, so you can give the message that file appended successfully. Now in the same way, if you want to access the file, so just write open, then write the file name. File name is demo.txt, then comma, then for reading we are going to use R, then file dot read lines. Now let's use this AB variable here, and now print this AB. So now as you can see, one more line which is added, that is this is append mode. So this is how we can add the extra content to the file by using the append mode. Now we are going to discuss two methods, that is append, tell and seek. Write a program of seek function. Now let's use the same. Demo.txt. Then we are going to use in the reading mode, then print file dot tell. First let's use the tell, which is used for the current position. Basically this is the write a program of file pointers. In file pointer we are going to use these two methods, that is first is tell, then another is seek. Seek which means the particular which you want to find in the file, and tells will tell you that where is the cursor, where is the exact current position. So this the mode which we are going to use, that is a read mode. Now we want to find out, so now let's run. So the cursor, the current position is at 0th position. So now we will do some changes, and then after again we will check. Demo.txt, write or use the read only. Now I want to access that file dot read fifth position, that is welcome 0 1 2 3 and 4. Now I will check again that where is the current position of this, then file tell. Now let's run this. So as you can see, now the current position, the cursor is at fifth position. Before this, earlier the position was at 0. So for checking the current position of the cursor, for checking the current position in the text file, we are going to use the tell which is one of the file pointer. Now the second one which we are going to use, that is the seek. Write a program of file pointer, this time seek. File, open, with same file we are going to work, that is demo.txt. Then mode we are going to use, that is same R. Now file seek. So the difference between this, students, the difference between seek and the difference between this tell is this, that this is for checking the current position and this is for seeking or finding the particular element at the particular position. seek which means किसी चीज को ढूंढना, किसी चीज को exact place पे पता करना, and it tells us the at what correct जो भी उसकी करंट पोजीशन है कर्सर की, जो करंट उसके अंदर फाइल में है, उसको एक्सेस करना. एज यू कैन सी बाय यूजिंग द टेल्स we can find out the current position. So earlier the position was at the 0, but now then we use the operation of read at position number 5. So now the cursor is at position number 5. So now we will check with the tell again. So it will show us the position of the cursor is now at position number 5. So in the same way, like if we want to access according to the position, according to the particular position, if you want to access the element, so that time we are going to use a seek, like if you have to find out anything. So let's find out what is at 0. File dot read. Now let's print, as well as we should close the file also. So now as you can see, now it will give us the complete record, that this is the complete record basically we got it here. So as you can see, when I use the 0 here, when I was using 0 here, it was showing me the complete record from 0. But now if I will mention here 2, which means 0 1, 2 will not exclude, so 0 and 1, that is we will remove. So seek is used that whatever the position we are going to mention, after that particular position, everything will be displayed. So this is the use of seek as a file pointer in the file handling, and for finding the current position we can use this file dot tell. So now let's check it again, the current position, file tell. Okay, we have closed this file. So for that we have to open the file again. File, open, demo txt, then R. So now the cursor is at 0. Now let's apply this read function again at 8. Welcome is there at the position 8 till position number 8. So now let's check this L again here, and now let's remove the previous one. So now the position is at 8. So this is how we can read the data according to the specific position. This is how we can check the current position, and this is how we can seek the specific data from the file. Now let's discuss one program that is for storing the students data, that write a program to store students data. So for opening the file, this is also a method that is with open. Till now we were using the file syntax is this, that file is equal to open file, then we are assigning the value that is open demo.txt, then we are mentioning the mode. Same thing, but we can write, the meaning will be the same, but we can write, we can use in this way also by using this with reserve keyword. Now for name, we will take the input from the user end only. For roll number, again we will take the input from the user end only, that enter roll number of student. Now let's take for the class also. Class is a reserve keyword here. We can use that marks again. So now it will write the name, then it will write the roll number, then it will write the marks also in the file, and after that no need to check this. If you wanted to display the extra line, then it's up to you, that print data is written in file. So now for writing the data in file, so for writing the data in file, what we have discussed, first we have discussed this line, that the way using to open with any mode, to like using open and mentioning the mode and the file name for accessing the data, for writing the data, for appending also. In the same way we can use this line, so the meaning will be the same. So now we want to take the input from the users end, and then that data we want to store, we want to write in the file. So whatever the data which we are going to write here, that data will be is going to written in the file. So now it is asking that the name of the student is, now let's write Python sing. Now it will ask for the roll number of the Python sing, that is 15. Then the marks of the student, that he has scored 100. So now data is written in file, because earlier it was showing in only. So now let's write again Python sing, then roll number of student, that is 20, marks he has scored 100, then data is written in file. So this message will be displayed here, whatever we are going to write. So now let's access this again. Choose the variable here, the file again, open. We can we can access by using this also, that with open this as a file, but now this time we are going to use with the same old method only. Now let's check the content what we have written. So as you can see, this Python sing roll number is 20 and this 100 is written here. So this is how you can write the students data. This is how you can store the students data in a text file. Till now we have discussed reading, writing, accessing, appending in the text file. So now we are going to discuss about the binary files, that write a program to write in binary file. Same we will use that file open. Now this time for binary, we are going to use this binary bin or binary dat. Then for writing in the binary, we are going to use WB. For reading in the binary, we are going to use RB. Then now let's write data dot write hello everyone. Then file dot write one more line. Let's welcome to my class. After that, we will close the file, and after that, you can, it's up to you that if you want to print this message, this is up to you. Byte like objects is not required, not string. Okay. Actually, we are working on the binary file, so the string, the readable formats will not be there. So we can use this. Yes. So yes, actually we are doing the operations on the binary file, and binary file is not able to read these things. So see, if you are going to remove this b, so is this one will not understand in the terms of the binary file, because as you can see, byte like objects is required, not string objects are required. So for byte objects, this is how you can convert by using, by writing the b in front of it, b, and now run it. So now as you can see, data is written in binary file. So now let's access the data, that file, open, then binary dot dat. We will be using RB here for reading the binary file, then file dot read. Rest everything will be same. So as you can see, hello everyone, welcome to my class. So the data has been successfully written in the binary file, as well as we can read the data also. Now let's discuss about the CSV file also, that write a program to write data in CSV file. But working in CSV file, first we have to import this import CSV. Now import CSV, this is a module you can say, which is going to support so that we can work on the CSV file. So whatever the environment which we want, which is not exactly present right now, so if we need some different modules, if we need some different unique functions, like now if we want to operate on text file and the binary file, there is no need to import any module. But like if we are going to work for the CSV file, then we have to import this CSV module. So now by using the same one, that with open student.csv, for writing it will be the same w new line, because CSV is a comma separated value files. So in this one we are going to leave this space here and then as a file. Why we are leaving this space here? So that it will be easy to read. Then now let's take this variable, that is writer, then csv.writer, and then file. Now if you want to write in a particular row, now let's write few more data. Now this is how we can write in a CSV file. This will be the column, and now as you can see, this is the one column name, another column roll number, another column that is marks, John 101 and 90. This is how I want to store the data. Now let's store another entry also, that is Alice 102 is the roll number and 85 is the marks. So now we will print that data as written in CSV file. So now let's access that, write a program to read data from CSV file. Earlier we were using in the binary and the text file, we were using the write only, but right now we are going to in the CSV file we are using writer or write row. Why we are using this write row? Just because we are storing the data in forms of comma separated values. So in the comma separated values we are storing the data in such a way, so that's why we are using this write row instead of this write, as we were using in the binary or in the text file. So this is the basic difference. And the another difference, that is, for using the CSV file, first we have to import CSV. Now with open, this time we want to read, so we will mention read here instead of w, then new line, then as file. So now reader.csv.reader file. Earlier we were using the read. Here in this one we are going to use the reader. Then for row, in reader, and then print row. So now as you can see, row by row it will print the data. This for loop we are using here so that it will give the result according to the particular row. Otherwise, now let's understand, if we are going to call this print only, now call the reader. So as you can see, this will give us the only the information. The data will we will not be able to retrieve it. So for that, if we want to access the data one by one, so we will use for row in reader, and then we will print row. So it will give us the data row by row. Now let's discuss the another program, that is write a program of file handling with list. First we are going to store the data. Now let's consider L1. In L1, let's store the data in list 10, 20 and 30, or let's store by name. Python /n for storing in the new line, Kumar for storing in the new line, /n for storing in new line. Then again let's use one more, that is everyone for storing in new line. Now same we will use again, that open, then we will use the file name. So file name we can create by our own name, that is our choice txt file. Then mode we want to we are going to use that it will be uh, right here, then as file. So for now, file dot write what we want to write. So basically we are having this we want to write the data in different lines, so we will be using this write lines, and in this write lines we are going to mention this L1, because whatever the value is in the L1 we have stored, so all these will be stored as a line by line. So after this we can print a message that list written successfully. Now if you want to access the data, so we can access the data also. That let's use the file by using that all same methods. File name that is list file, and then now let's read the content. So as you can see that Python Kumar hello everyone. So this is how we can store the data by using the list in a text file, which means if we are having the data in the form of list, so that data we can store in the text file permanently on the disk. Now let's discuss like if we want to delete the file. So for that we have to import one module, that is import OS. This one we have to import to delete the data file permanently. Write a program to delete the file. So after importing this OS module, we will use os.remove, and then we are going to mention the file name, whatever the file we want to delete. So now let's consider that I want to delete the binary.dat, which we have used here, this file. So I want to delete this file, that is binary.dat, and after that if you want to give the message, so you can give it that file is deleted. So now if you are going to access the file, that open binary.dat, if you want to check that if that file is present or not, then in read mode, now let's access it, that content is equal to file we have already used here, so now let's use this same one only, file.read, and now let's check. So it will show as an error that file not found, because we have already deleted this file. So for to access this file we have to create this file again, then we have to write the data. So this is how you can delete any type of file, like if you want to delete the text file, so you can delete the text file. Checking binary.dat file, checking the existence of binary.dat file. So let's discuss regarding the import OS only, like write a program to change the file name. So if you want to change the file name, first you have to import the OS, which we have already imported in our file. So no need to import this again and again. Now os dot rename, then write the original file name which you want to rename. Now let's consider rename this file. So now let's rename this file with the name that new file dot txt, and that's all. Print name of file is changed. So now the file which we were using here, now with this name, now the file is not existing anymore, because the name of this file now it has been changed to new file dot txt. So now let's write a program to check the size of file. For writing this program also you will be in need to import the OS, but for like os.rename we are using here, so this module we have already imported, so no need to import again and again. So if you are going to practice, then first import the OS once. Now to check the size, then os dot size, or use the get size, then file name new file dot txt. Let's take the variable here, that size. Size we have used here, we are supposed to check the path of the file, then we will be able to check the size of the file. Then print file size, then mention here that is size as well as bytes, because it will return in the bytes. So as you can see, the file size of this file is 28 bytes. So students, we have discussed using the OS module, that how to rename the how to remove the file, how to delete the file, as well as that by using that we can check the existence also. After that you can rename the file. If you want to check the size of file, that also we can do it. So far till now we have discussed a lot of operations related to file handling, that we have discussed the binary file, we have discussed the text file, we have discussed the CSV file, as well as some other operations also we have discussed, that how we can access the element line by line, one particular line, as well as we have discussed the file pointers also. Two file pointers we have discussed, one is seek and one is tell which is used to find the find the current position, and seek which is used to whatever the indexing we are going to use there, after that indexing it will show the content of the file. So that's all from my side. I hope everyone is enjoying the videos. Thank you. Have a nice day.